Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm doing a Brotherhood of the Fire Fist deck profile with the new support that is straight out of Fist of the Gadget. So this is definitely one of my favorite deck profiles of all time. I love the artwork of how the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist have an animal representation with each one of the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist monsters. I think that's absolutely awesome how they all change colors depending on which combo piece you're going to be playing with, which is just super cool. Like the fire changes colors, which is super cool, and I love the artwork. And this deck is super combo based, which I really like solitarying with this deck a lot, where I just kind of play out combos with this deck just to see how far I can go with this deck. It's super fun and I highly recommend it. It's not a budget deck, unfortunately. I probably paid somewhere in the $150 range for the support that I got for this deck, which at the time I really wanted to build this deck, and so that's why I dropped the money to get this deck. But it is really expensive to get the whole thing. I already had a lot of the stuff, and that's why I think I got away as cheap as I did. But this deck is probably around a $250 deck, to be honest with you. So without further ado, guys, let's get straight on this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and get straight on. This one is a super fun deck, and I highly recommend it for you guys. And if you guys need to make proxies for this deck, just to kind of play around with it, I have a video to make proxies for you guys. Definitely go check that out. Just look up Yu-Gi-Oh proxies, and it will be right there. So let's get straight on this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and we'll get right on into this. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Panda, which it feels kind of weird playing a level 5 Fire Fist monster in the main deck. But if you activate a Fire Fist spell or trap, or Fire Formation spell or trap, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then you can special summon a Fire Fist monster from your graveyard, except another copy of itself. So it helps you swarm the field a little bit. It also has the effect of if you have Fire Fist monster you control would be destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you can send a Fire Formation spell and trap card you control to the graveyard instead. But this card really helps you swarm really fast, but you can only use each effect of it once per turn. Then we play 3 of the other new Fire Fist monster, which is 3 copies of Elephant. We don't play Ram in this deck. I don't think Ram is that great, to be honest, so I don't play Ram. But basically, Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Elephant, which I don't know if you guys can see this either, but I don't see the elephant. I don't know why, but I don't see the elephant in here. Like, I kind of see, like, oh, I do see it now. Now that I look through the camera, I see the elephant right there, and I see the tusks and everything. Okay, so now, wow, I had to look through a camera. Like, I've been looking at this card for, like, 2 weeks, and I haven't seen the elephant until now, and I finally see it. Wow. Okay, so I actually do see the elephant now. Wow. Okay, I guess that's the elephant in the room. But if this card is normal or special summoned, you can send a face-up Fire Fist or a Fire Formation card you control to the graveyard, special summon a Fire Fist monster from your hand. But that's not the greatest effect of this card. Like, the best effect of this card is that you can shuffle a Fire Formation spell or trap card from your graveyard into your deck. Then if you do, you get to add a Fire Fist, a level 5 or higher Fire Fist monster from your deck to your hand, which is always going to be Panda. This basically searches Panda for free. That's why if you want to go a little bit more budget, you could probably get away with playing 2 Pandas instead of 3 to get yourself maybe $15 lower on this deck build. Then we play 3 copies of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Dragon. Dragon is so good and needs to be reprinted. Dragon, once per turn, if you activate a Fire Fist spell or trap card, you can set a Fire Formation's trap card directly from your deck, which we only play 2, which is Sento and Tensen. You can set either one of these. If you want a little bit of an attack boost, you can set this. If you want a little bit of a negation, you set the Sento. But basically, you can also send 2 Fire Formation spell or trap cards you control to the graveyard, and if you do, you get to target a Fire Fist monster in your grave and special summon it, which is super cool. But with the effect of Eagle, you don't have to send Fire Formation spell or trap cards to the graveyard to activate Fire Fist monster effects, which is super cool. Then we play 1 copy of Buffalo. Buffalo is good because if this card is in your graveyard, you can send a total of 2 Fire Formation or Fire Fist or Fire Formation spells and traps from your hand or your side of the field to the grave to special summon this card from your graveyard. Basically, it's just an extender. It really helps to have it as an extender. 1 copy of Bear. We only play the 1 copy of Bear now. Bear is good still, and it's a part of a combo that you can pop your Lion Emperors on the field to special summon 2 Fire Fist monsters, which is usually going to be your 2 dragons, to then revive 2 more, and it basically turns into like Infernities, which is really crazy. But you do need the 1 copy of Bear to be able to pop stuff on the field. Then I play my own personal tech, 1 copy of Boar. Okay, so hear me out. Don't click away. I play Boar because it's a level 4 tuner, plus I'm a Boar in the Chinese Zodiac, which is another reason why I love playing Boar. But Boar is a good tuner monster to go into Kirin. You don't have to play Boar, but it says it cannot be used as synchro utility except for the synchro summon of a fire monster, which is not that big of a deal. And when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a level 4 Fire Fist monster from your deck, except another copy of itself. And then once per turn, when a Fire Fist monster is special summoned from the extra deck, you can set one Fire Formation spell or trap directly from your deck, which is pretty good to be able to just search instantly Tenki or Dome or Yoko, any of them that you need, or Engine, or whichever one you need. If you special summon another Fire from a monster while this is on the field, it's just a play extender and can let you get into Kirin a little bit easier if you want to go into Kirin. Then we play Double Rooster. I play Double Rooster. You're always probably going to play Double Rooster. Yes, I still have my secret rare ones. But Rooster is, when this card is special summoned by the effect of a Fire Fist monster, you get to add a Fire Fist monster from your deck to your hand. And then once per turn, you can send a face-up Fire Formation spell and trap card you control to the grave to set a Fire Formation spell and trap directly from your deck. I only play 2 Spirit now. I don't feel like you need more than 2 Spirit because it's great late game, but you don't want to draw into it because we don't play as many Leopards as we used to. So it used to be normal summon Leopard, bounce or add Tenki, activate Tenki, search Spirit, already have Tensu in hand, activate Tensu, either have Tenki or Tensu, activate either Tenki or Tensu to get the additional normal summon with Tensu, summon Spirit special summons back your Leopard synchros for Horse Prince, and then Horse Prince summons Rooster gets you that Fire Fist. So, I mean, that used to be the old combo, and it still is. I mean, for you veteran Fire Fist players, that is the combo. But you don't do it as much in this deck now. You go for really, really longer combos than even that in this deck, and it can just do so many crazy things that not everyone's even figured out all the combos in this deck. Then we play 3 copies of Raven. Raven's really good because if this card is sent to the field to the graveyard, you can set a Fire Formation spell or trap directly from your deck, which you can use it as link material for stuff like Alamirage, which Alamirage can just instantly be linked out with this because it has less than 1,000 attack. Then you set a Fire Formation and it just snowballs from there to being able to search them. 1 copy of Leopard because it's still good for utility. You can send it to the graveyard to basically set a Fire Formation spell or trap from your deck. And then 1 copy of Eland because Eland is a boss monster in this deck and is really easy to summon. And then finally, for the last 3 monsters, we're going to play 3 copies of Ash Blossom because Ash Blossom is really good for negation. Now, that's a lot of monsters, but you need them for combo pieces. So that's it for the main deck monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. Eland is so good, by the way. Just being able to negate stuff like... you can discard a card to set a Fire Formation directly from your deck. If you guys haven't read this card, this is super good. Like, really quickly. You can send a face-up Fire Fist or Fire Formation monster you control to the graveyard to negate the effect of an opponent's monster that activates. So it just negates any monster effect. So it's good for disruption. So for the other cards that we're playing 1 copy of Fire Fortress upon a top-laying peak, which is really good as a win more card. But you can remove 10 counter. Every time a Fire Fist monster is special summon or normal summon, you get to put a Fire Fist counter on this card. And then basically it's like Gateway. If you get 10 or more, which is the usual effect that I use, if you get 10 or more on this card, you can special summon a Beast Warrior monster from your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, which our target for that is 1 copy of Gladiator Beast Heraclanos because it's big and it negates stuff. And that's why we summon that. So the other effects is if you remove 6, you can add a Beast Warrior monster from your deck to your hand. If you remove 2, Beast Warrior monster attacks, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step, which is not that big of a deal. 1 copy of Yugioh because you can target a card on the field and then discard a Beast Warrior, and if you do, destroy it, and all Beast Warriors gain 100 attack. Good card, you know, probably the most lackluster of them, but you need it. 1 copy of Dome. This is the one that special summons our Eland. This is basically the ritual spell. It's a continuous spell, but it says when you activate it, you can ritual summon a Beast Warrior ritual monster. And also, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Fire Fist monster from your graveyard, which is pretty cool. 1 copy of Engine. This one's the fusion spell that special summons Swan. When this card is activated, you can fusion summon Swan, essentially, and then also it has the ability that you can target a fire... If it's sent to the graveyard, you can target a Fire Fist monster in your grave and special summon it. 3 copies of Tensu gives you an additional normal summon and boosts all of them by 100. 3 copies of Tenki, which I do have the secret rare Tenkis, that lets you add any Beast Warrior monster you want from your deck to your hand, and it also makes them all gain 100. 3 copies of Call by the Grave, because you just want to stop your opponent from doing all sorts of shenanigans against you. And that's it for the spells. You only play 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 Fire Formation spell or traps, which Fire Fortress counts as a Fire Formation, it says right at the top of the card. But you only play 10. I mean, you only need the 10. I thought about playing another engine to go into Swan, because Swan's actually pretty decent, and it's always kind of there in your extra deck, but I just haven't found the room to play another copy of it. I thought about dropping maybe Yugioh for another one, but I don't want to commit to that yet. But you could if you want to. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're only playing 3, and that's 1 copy of Tensen, which basically makes your Fire Fist monsters gain 1,000 attack, and then makes them all gain 300 attack. So you basically flip this, and you could target a Fire Fist monster. Like, for instance, let's say I target my copy of Elephant. It makes Elephant go up by 700 plus 300 more, which is really cool, but it only gains the attack until the end of the turn, but it keeps gaining all of them by 300, which is pretty cool. I love that ability. And then we play 2 copies of Sento, which is crazy good. It negates the effects of spell or traps that your opponent activates while you control a Fire Fist monster and a Fire Formation, and destroys them, which is stupid good. This card, if it would have been an Infernity Barrier, which is negated monster, spells, and traps, it would have been a 3 of, but it just negates spells and traps. So that kind of balanced this card. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So I'm going to be doing a couple of questionable things in this extra deck that you guys may or may not agree with. But I'm only playing 1 copy of Eagle. Eagle's a good one of. I only ever want to make one of this, because once I make it, it's just a combo piece at that point, and I am not that concerned. Once I get the advantage off of the 1 Eagle, I'm not concerned about keeping it. I'm just going to use it to revive stuff with Dragon, and so that's pretty much the big combo with this card. Double Peacock, because you could make double Peacock in this deck, and basically it's mind control when it attacks, and it can't be attacked if it points to a Fire Fist monster. If it doesn't point to a Fire Fist monster and it attacks, you can put a monster in a zone that it into a zone. Like if it attacks, I could steal like a Boral Sword. Which, speaking of which, we play a Boral Sword. 1 Fire Charmer Ablaze, because it's another monster that you can play in here. If you want to drop this for another Eagle, you could play another Eagle, but I wanted to go a little bit more budget than double Eagle. 1 copy of Alamirage, because it's a big combo piece in the deck where you link away this with Raven and then get a Fire Formation set. 1 copy of 2 copies of Tiger King. I was thinking Lion Emperor. We only play 1 copy of Lion Emperor, which you play double Tiger King because you're going to pop these essentially with your bear to special summon 2 more Fire Fist monsters from your deck, which is really cool because it's like getting a search. 1 copy of Cardinal, because it bounces stuff and it's a beautiful card. 1 copy of Lion Emperor. You make this very rarely, but once per turn you can detach a material from this card, then target a fire monster in your graveyard and either add that target to your hand, but you cannot normal summon or special summon monsters or a monster with the same name for the rest of the turn, which it just adds back the ones you need. Double Horse Prince, because you still can go the Horse Prince route, and is a good card. 1 copy of Kirin. I do play the 1 copy of Kirin. You don't have to. I like Kirin because it just adds that extra, hey, guess what? You're going to lose attack points kind of aspect to this card. And then when this card is synchro summon, you can set a Fire Formation spell or trap directly from your deck. So it does search them, which is really cool. 1 Swan, because you can fusion summon this extremely easily with Engine, and it's really a good beat stick. And then 1 copy of Heraclenos, which is our summon target for our copy of Fire Formation, atop Fire. What is it called? Oh my goodness. It's the Fire Fortress. You use it with Fire Fortress to remove 10 counters to special summon this. So that's it for the deck, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this Fire Fist deck. It's super fun. It's really, 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 really combo based and really interesting to be able to play around with this deck. It's super, super fun, and I'm still learning a lot of the combos in this deck. I know a lot of them by now, but I'm still like, wow, that interacts like that. That interacts like that. It is just interesting to play around this deck to get all the crazy combos that you can get. And I really want to do a live duel with this to show you guys just the crazy duels that we can do with this. But I'll have to do that after the 30 days of deck profiles, which we are going to have a lot of live duels after that. So anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell notification, become part of the notification squad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.